That's why some people will stop playing chess. Now I'm really passionate about teaching other women chess. I overheard his parents said to him, "Oh, like you lost to a girl." One of the games that I remember the most about, it was playing against the GRANDMASTer.
So you would recommend for someone who wants to improve their decision-making, critical skills, playing chess then?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Welcome to the third episode of the inspobrew podcast, where we stir passion and sip innovation. The premise of the podcast is I'll be having coffee chats, sometimes with coffee, sometimes without, with inspiring guests who are living outside of their comfort zone and are taking things one step further to create an impact. And on this episode, I'm super excited to be talking with Yilin, a third-year student that has a double degree in business and mathematics at the University of Waterloo. She's also a Canadian youth chess champion who started playing chess at only 3 years old. It's not every day that we meet someone who plays chess, let alone plays chess professionally in actual tournaments and started at such a young age, which is why I'm so beyond excited to be chatting with you today, Yilin. You're not only going to be opening me to this whole new world, but the viewers listening, they're also going to have a chance to learn something new from our conversation. So thank you for being here. So excited to dive in.
Thank you for having me, Julia. I'm so excited to share my experience with you.
Yes. Okay, so can we just start by emphasizing how you started chess at 3 years old? Now, if you were to look at the cognitive development of children, most children by 3 know their name, age, and gender, and then they can follow simple instructions like, oh, pick up this toy and like put it somewhere else. Or like they know the concept of 2, so there's 2 of something. But you were ahead of so many 3-year-olds. And not only do you know how to follow not only did you know how to follow basic instructions in everyday life, but you also knew how to follow instructions in chess. So just to like get right into it, I want to ask, how did this passion for chess start? Did you like discover it on your own? Was there anyone that inspired you?
Actually, the story starts when my dad took me to kindergarten one day and he just saw a poster about chess lessons. And when he went home, he discussed with my mom, who was not supportive at first because she thought, oh, there aren't a lot of girls that play chess. But my dad signed me up anyways. So that's how I got started on chess.
Would you say, did your dad play chess before, so he knew how to play chess, that's why he decided to sign you up? Or
not really. Like, I think he just thought it was fun, and later on he became really passionate about chess.
Ooh, so right after he signed you up and right after you were like investing it, he himself got really interested in it?
He was very addicted.
Oh, no way. So would you say your dad was like the person who really helped you with everything? You guys like practiced together, would you say? Yeah?
Yeah, like definitely he reads books about chess, which I never find the patience to do.
Okay, so he's kind of like your teacher, like your mentor at the start?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's so cool. Okay, and then so you started, so you said you started at 3 years old, right? Mm-hmm. So why did your dad want you to start this young?
I think he just thought it would be a good idea, and like maybe it will teach me many skills, which chess, like critical thinking skills, just usually people think like chess is a very analyzed game. And so I actually studied for 3 years with the kindergarten teacher. And then, I found it was a little bit boring for me, but my parents never gave up. So they convinced me to try it again with another teacher. And that teacher was so funny and I just became so hooked and I keep playing.
Oh, that's so great. So you would say then the people, that they really do make a difference. Like they are the ones who inspire. Like without those teachers, you feel like you wouldn't have been continuing chess?
Definitely. And also that teacher, we had a big group of class and I made friends with other chess players, and so it was just really fun. I think it's one of my favorite childhood memories, actually. Yeah.
So cool. So you're playing chess in kindergarten?
Yeah.
Wow. When I was in kindergarten, I don't know what I was doing. Gosh, that is so impressive. And how did you feel? So you said you got to meet other people at the same age as you playing chess. So you had like this little group of people then?
Exactly.
Wow.
And I felt like that is also pushing me to like keep playing chess and keep like be interested in chess, because I think sometimes with chess it can be alone, like when you are playing in competitions, but like the pals, the friends make it fun.
Yes, wow. That's so sweet because so it's really nice how at the start you already had this support system, because being this young and learning to play something like it's almost like you don't know a lot of like kindergarten who play. So were you like nervous that other people would be like thinking of you like, oh, what is she doing? Like, that's so weird? Or
I don't know. I think I was too young to realize that.
True. So I think it was more later on you were a little bit more aware of like...
Exactly, yeah.
So interesting. Wow. So how was it like competing so young? Like, did that pressure of competition like take away any joy, or did you find joy in those competitions?
I think so. Chess is I would say chess can be a competitive game, especially like how you evaluate your performance or your skills is through competitions, or like when you play a game is either win or lose or draw. So that competition mindset can have an impact on a player, and like eventually there was a period of my life I was just thinking about like competitions, so it was a lot of pressure, and I felt like I enjoyed less chess.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then how old were you when you first started your first competition? Do you remember?
I think it was around 9 or 10 years old.
Okay, so starting with 3, then you were training, because what's like the age when you're eligible to start?
I think like you can start as young as you want.
That's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you think 9 years old, that's when your dad and everyone else like felt you were like ready to start like kind of competing?
Actually, like I might have started younger, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
But I felt like it's like the second teacher which made me really passionate about chess. It was around 9 years old. So I think that's when like my family and we started to take it more seriously.
Oh, that makes sense. That's so interesting. So what were the challenges you faced as a young chess player? Do you remember?
I think like, so for example, the competition mindset, like sometimes you just want to give up because like eventually you might reach a plateau, like you don't, like you keep losing, and then like you just think, oh my god, I suck. But like that's why some people will stop playing chess, or like that's why like a support system is really important.
Okay, so people, they start with because they start learning chess because they really love it, but then as soon as you can get into this like these competitions and you get into this competition, this joy almost kind of slowly goes away. And so having the support system, that's when you're able to like in those hard times you're able to look back and it's like and see how it started, see why you're still doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. And also studying chess like sometimes can be very tedious and like time consuming. It can be boring sometimes, especially when I started. I think there was not really like computers, and people tend to use technology less, like less of technology. So it was just reading books, which I find could be pretty boring.
Yes. Wow. So you had to read like these like big textbooks and like, because yeah, nowadays there's so many different like
YouTube videos.
Wow. That's insane. And it's crazy how even though like, so we're Gen Z and I mean like we're pretty like, but it's crazy how when it was our age, there was still like no like technology and like, and now with like AI and everything, I feel like that could like help with like whoa.
And with the internet, you can like find chess coach around the world. You know, like you don't really have to attend a physical class anymore even.
Yeah, so definitely makes it so much easier to learn chess now. But that's why it's like so, it's honestly so like inspiring how you started chess when there was like less resources available, but you still pushed through it and you still like went up to such a high level. So that's really impressive.
Yeah, I think that's one of the chess like skills that chess has taught me is like resilience and like just keep going, like even though you lose like 10 games, 20 games, you still keep pushing and eventually you will push through.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good. So yeah, maintaining a passion for something so long, it's not easy. I mean, many people, they go from one passion to the next. So how did you keep your love for chess alive as you grew? I mean, you did mention you had a support system and you had your parents pushing you, right? They were so invested in it. So what is there something else?
Actually, like I stopped playing chess when COVID hit.
Okay.
And because in addition to COVID, it was also like, so COVID has restricted in-person tournaments, so there were less opportunity to participate. But also like I was in the competition mindset. But just last year, I restarted playing chess, and this time it was because a friend mentioned a problem to me that is like not a lot of woman chess player out there, and wow, I was like, that is true, and I never realized this problem because I was so into the chess world. And so now I'm really passionate about like teaching other women chess, and like so everybody can benefit from the skills that chess has taught me.
Yeah, and I was like, before this interview chat, I was like kind of trying to research, and yeah, like I learned that for like there's only I think it was about 15% of like a professional like licensed chess players, like 50%, and then there's only top 100 is only 1%.
Yeah, about like 1%. Yeah.
So in terms of like if you want to get to the high level, there's like so it's more males they become a lot more professional. They choose to like pursue it as like more of a professional thing compared to women.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Like that is also like I researched about this problem too, and I was like really shocked, and it's kind of sad because I think like chess it can be a collaborative game, and like where everybody can benefit from playing chess, but like it's a similar problem kind of in STEM as well.
Yeah, okay, so STEM and chess, yeah. And so we'll dive more into like kind of a female like giving like advice to young female chess players who later, but I want to ask you now, how did your experience as a young chess player shape who you are today?
I think like it definitely made me more resilient. Like I don't give up easily, and I also think chess actually taught me empathy, which is a little bit weird. It's like, so in a game of chess, you will try to think about what your opponent think like. So, and you will try to prevent that. But for example, like with a friend, I can put myself in their situation more easily. I think that's one of the skills that chess has taught me.
Wow, empathy, that's so awesome. So when you're playing with this opponent, I mean, yes, your goal is to win, but then you also, is there also like, do you also kind of sometimes, I mean, when you're doing like these competitions, you do try to win, obviously, but then is there sometimes when you like, do you like sometimes feel bad or I
think so, sometimes. Yeah, like, so for example, if you know, like, some players are really good, and then they made a bad move in one of their games, like when we are not playing, I will feel like, oh no.
Yeah, it's like you saw they made the wrong move. They're like, oh, you should have done this one. I'm like, oh gosh. Okay. Well, that's really fun. Well, not really fun actually. But like during like these like tournaments, are you usually like how do you remember like so you play amongst women, right?
Yes, and there are certain tournaments that are like open to everybody, but there are also age categorized or gender categorized, like women specifically tournaments.
And then also that means you also play with like a similar age as you, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I guess that makes sense because it would be, yeah. Okay.
But there are open tournaments where like everybody can play, like no matter your age or gender.
Okay, so you've played in both then?
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
That's a very difficult question to answer. I feel like I think sometimes I feel more pressure within the same category, like the same age or gender category, because like you're playing with people of your age. So like there is a more like a competition, I would say. But if it's like you're playing against everybody, then like they might have different experience or play for a longer time. Yeah. And I feel less pressure in the competition.
Yeah, actually, I do agree with that, because when you're playing with someone of a similar age, I mean, if you guys are, it's just you feel more like, maybe I would feel more like intimidated if they do like better than me. I'm like, oh no, we're the same age though.
Exactly.
But then when you're playing with someone older, it's like you come into it with the mindset, okay, well they're older, they have more experience than me, so it's okay if I'm still learning. It's okay if I lose, right? So
exactly. But there's also opposite case where you play against someone who's younger than you and then you lose. Sometimes it can be really upsetting.
Oh no, yeah, that's whoa, yeah. Whoa. So you definitely really learn, so you learn how to kind of accept that sometimes we're not always going to win, accept that it's just sometimes just not meant to be,
Yeah, and I think chess has also taught me critical thinking skills and how to be analytical. For example, whenever I make a decision, I usually be pretty rational about it, to weigh in the pros and cons.
Okay, so when you're with your decision making, you really make sure to weigh everything, and it's not spontaneous. You really think it through.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
That's really good. That's something I really lack to do. That's something I'm so bad with. My decision making is all over the place. So you would recommend for someone who wants to improve their decision making critical skills playing chess then?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, well, after this podcast episode,
I have to teach you chess.
She's teaching me to play chess, so hopefully I it sparks some sort of interest, and maybe I can.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome. Okay, yeah. So I was gonna ask you. The next one was do you remember a time when you faced a tough opponent or challenging situation on the board, and how did you overcome it? Do you have a specific example? Do you remember of a time where you didn't know what to do, or it was super tough and all that?
I think one of my one of the games that I remember the most about, or very strong feeling about, it was playing against the GRANDMASTER. So GRANDMASTER, they're the highest title, the title in chess, and there are about, I think, maybe 1,500 or 2,000 Grandmaster in the whole world. So I was feeling very intimidated, because obviously I'm not that level. So honestly, I have to go through a lot of kind of anxiety, kind of mental preparation when I was playing that game. And surprisingly, I drew against them. What
do you mean by that? What drew?
So either you win in a game, or you lose, or you we're equal.
Oh, it's tie?
Yeah, exactly, a tie. So I was honestly very shocked by the result and very surprised.
Wait, congrats! Wait, that's awesome. Wait, who was this Grandmaster?
I think Michael. It's an Italian Grandmaster, I think.
And where did this happen? What country?
Albania, a country next to Greece.
Whoa.
Yeah. And another fun perks about playing chess is if you qualify for certain tournaments, you can travel for free.
That's so awesome. So you got to see like lots of countries then, would you say? Or
I got to like, so I played in China. I also went to South Africa and Greece twice, and Albania and the US.
that's so awesome. So you really got to see a lot of the world.
Exactly.
That's wow.
And I also got to meet a lot of amazing people. Like one of my idols, chess idols, is Magnus Carlsen.
I searched him up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to meet him, and like I never thought in my life that I would meet Magnus Carlsen.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So he's like did he also start like chess at a young age or?
Yes. Yeah. And I think he became really good when he was a teenager.
Okay, so he still plays now, yeah?
Yeah.
So, wow. Did you get like an autograph or something? Or a photo?
Yeah, I took a selfie with him.
Okay. Wait, is it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
I just saw it. I'm sure. Wow. Okay, so that was a really tough moment then going against a grandmaster. Was this the one time you went, or is there other times where you went up against grandmasters?
I think there were other times, but I lost.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
But this is insane. So you had a tie with this grandmaster, and
Yes.
it was tough. But what were you thinking? Do you remember what were you thinking? Like in the game, it's like, was there a time where it's like, oh gosh, I'm not going to do it? Like, what were you? Do you remember your thoughts?
Yes. Like, so I think in the beginning of the game, I was just like trying to play my best, and like don't think too much about the results. Like it's okay. Like if I lose or something, like I was like, I will try my best, and that's the mindset I went into it. But at the end, so we play with time, and sometimes like I think we reach the end, and we both have like very limited times, like 3 minutes or something. So it was that moment. It was very intense, and I felt like I was doing okay, and I might have an advantage. I was like, okay, this is a moment.
And was there like a lot of people watching you too, or?
I think so, because like they were like, I've never seen this young girl, like, and she's playing against like a older grandmaster, and she's doing okay, and that's like surprising.
That's honestly so impressive. That's wow. And so you mentioned time. So is there for each tournament, is there like a set time limit to how long the game lasts? Yeah.
Yes, usually. With like, so there are different format of chess. So there is like classical, where it's more slow, and usually is 1 hour and 30 minutes or 1 hour. So each opponent, like each side has 1 hour and or more. And like with each move, sometimes they increase the time. Like if I play a move, then they gave me 30 seconds more. So it's a very slow game. It can be.
Okay. And so like during the move, how long do you have, like, because I think you do have to click the
Clock.
So how long do you have like to decide what to, is there?
It's up to you.
Okay.
But if you like your clock eventually reach to 0, then it's game over.
Okay. So it's game over if you can't figure out a move and the clock reaches you, like, okay, it's game over. Okay.
So you either win by checkmating or you lose, like win on time.
Oh, okay. It's very interesting.
There is also like other format where it's like faster.
Okay.
So usually like it might be more fun, like because it's faster, you don't think that much.
Yeah, because like, don't you think like when it comes to if they give you more time to think, then you really think about like, making the perfect move.
Exactly. Yeah? And I feel with faster formats, like sometimes you just gotta make moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so right? Like sometimes it's better to like obviously there are situations where you do really have to do like lots of thinking, but sometimes this thinking can really just not really be helpful. Yeah. I mean, yes,
because like, so for example, there can be so many choices, like which move do you need to make? And sometimes like there are too many choices and you just gotta trust your instinct and make a move.
Trust your instincts. I like how you said that. So during those games, so you really, there's times where you really have to learn how to trust your instincts, like trust your intuition, your gut,
Yeah.
kind of?
Yeah, I think so, because sometimes it's obviously you should calculate like to see what your opponent is trying to do and how you might prevent that, but sometimes it's just too complicated and your brain can start hurting a little bit and you just gotta make a move.
Yeah, because when you mentioned that, not only do you have to look at your own chess pieces, you also have, wait, what are they called? The chess pieces.
Yeah.
They're just called
The pieces.
Not only you have to look at them, but you also have to think about your opponent.
Exactly.
So you're playing. So it's like you're juggling two.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like you cannot only think about your plan. You will need to observe like what is your opponent thinking, and like how can I like not make their plan work, so I will have an advantage.
Okay, so are there times where it's like you're thinking about your opponent and you know that they're gonna make a move, and they end up making that same move?
Yeah. That means like, hey, you're making the good guess.
Okay. So that means that you know what you're doing. It's like you're that's awesome. Okay. We did kind of touch a bit about this, how chess is a very male-dominated sport, and then I think you talked a little bit about this, but what are some challenges you faced as a female chess player?
I think like the first like I have some memories regarding this. I was playing a competition and I was facing a boy, like I think I was maybe 10 or 11 years old, and I think he has been playing a little bit longer than me, and at the end of our game I won, and I overheard his parents said to him, "Oh, like you lost to a girl and like you have been playing longer." So I was a little bit upset. I was like, why can't not a girl like win? So that was like my first
experience with like
like as a female player. I don't think like I ever consider like gender to be part of like this chess game.
Okay, so when you started out, like you kind of weren't really thinking about that.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you kind of grew up, and you noticed like you kind of were more observant with the environment of chess players around you.
Exactly. And recently, and also Queen's Gambit, that was a really awesome like show, and it like I just think like it really felt empowering to me because like she is a woman chess player, and I think she also faces many challenges throughout, but eventually like she became really good.
Yeah. And yeah, I think with that show, would you say like it kind of helped break those like gender stereotypes in chess? Yeah, it kind of helped people become a lot more aware of.
I think a little bit, like it really started creating a conversation for the chess world. Like I remember being contacted to like do interviews too, and like just to talk about like my experience as a woman chess player. And also another idol of mine is called Susan Polgar, and she is a really impressive woman chess player, and she was really good, and she shared on social media about her like her chess experience were not so fantastic because she was a woman.
Wow. And so alongside those comments that people can make, oh no way, like a girl beat you, like what other things can like women experience like during?
So for example, like one of the recent events where there was a woman chess champion in the US. I think her name is Jen, and she shared on social media about her experience of like sexually assaulted by a grandmaster. And I think there are other women chess players that came forwards who were also experiencing similar things by the same grandmaster.
And Grandmaster too.
Exactly. And I know like there are some women chess streamers nowadays, and they also share some bad experience with like receiving critics and stuff.
So yeah, I think it's definitely like good that people are like speaking out about this and are, because I feel like I wasn't in this like chess world, so I didn't really know what was happening. But and it's so sad how like in so many different like areas, even like I heard like even in gymnastics, women are all
Exactly, like the documentary.
Where
Netflix.
that's so it's unfortunate. So, but thank you for sharing this. And so as a role model for young female chess players, what advice would you give to those who may feel discouraged or intimidated by the male-dominated nature of chess?
I think definitely find your support system. I think is really important. And also just keep playing. Don't feel discouraged sometimes. Like drag your other girlfriends to play chess with you, and even just casually, you don't have to play in tournaments and stuff. I think definitely it will increase the visibility of diversity in the chess community as well. Like if like there are some things that are bothering you, then definitely like voice out. Don't be afraid. Like don't let those traumatized experiences to intimidate you.
Yes, that's perfect. Well said. So well said, because you got to kind of think about like the big picture. So like ask yourself why you even decided to start playing chess. Like, and if this is something like a passion, something you enjoy, and it's something you want to spend your time doing, then sometimes like it's really good to maybe to kind of block out all of those like outside distractions and all these outside comments.
Yes. Definitely.
But it can be challenging, though. It can really be challenging.
I think, like, I've heard friends mentioning, like, while I was playing chess, there was quite a bit, like, I had some women chess players friends, and then eventually I just saw them one by one stop playing chess because, like, maybe they felt there was a plateau and they weren't having a good support system. So they stopped playing, which is really sad, I found.
It is really sad, yeah. So, yeah, I guess, like, when it comes to, just support system what's going to keep you going.
Yeah, and I also think the chess community right now, they should provide a safer environment and also lower the accessibility barrier for women chess players. For example, like it can be costly for to participate in chess tournaments. So, for example, which I do not like about it, because sometimes the registration fee for a tournament can be like $100 or $200. And if you like that tournament, if that is like in US or even like in Europe, then you gotta pay your flight ticket. That is expensive. Like if you don't have the financial means, or like you're not that passionate about it, or like sometimes it can just be hard and people will stop playing. And actually another problem is like I think in women only chess tournaments, the prize money is lower than the open session.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the prize? How much is it? What's the prize money for like open? Do you know exactly? Or?
I'm not sure, but I think it's the double compared to the women's section.
What?
It's like sports too.
Like soccer? Maybe?
Yeah, like, for example, I feel women's sports, they get a lot less attention.
Gosh, yeah, that's really unfortunate. And so I guess that could really like so not only do you have to pay like to get in, but then you also have to like buy like all the like plane ticket, and like you gotta know where to stay. So
and coaching if you want to get a coach too.
Oh yeah, that is tough too, because it's like, I mean, you can like teach yourself, right? It's easy to be self-taught, but it's it's easy to learn yourself, but to like, I feel
like, you know, the chess, like really professional chess players, they all have a team like to help them prepare.
Okay.
It's like in sports too, like they have a team and they have coach and stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so definitely like lots to think about. I mean, and if you want to invest in all of this, like if you want to go beyond just like playing for fun, then it's lots of commitment, right? Like even with school, like tell me about how we didn't even touch with school. I mean, because you started at such a young age too, and like you were trying to balance schoolwork. How is that like?
I felt like in my younger years, there weren't really a problem. Like maybe the schoolwork was not that heavy, but I definitely think after university, the workload becomes heavier and it's tough to balance chess with school. But I think probably in your university or college, there are chess schools, like chess clubs, where you can meet like-minded people and find your chess community.
Oh yes, because is there a club at University of Waterloo?
Yes.
Wow. And it's like it's pretty like active. It's like it is active.
Yeah. I'm actually an executive.
That's cool. Oh, I saw your Instagram post. You're I think I saw it. You're playing chess with us. Wow. Okay, so even with like a university, you can always like find the time to like it's just like an extra curricular you can do. Yeah.
Exactly. And you can just like instead of thinking about your assignments and stuff, you can like hopefully relax you by playing some chess game.
That is interesting because it's like you'd think so chess, is it relaxing for you sometimes or
it can be frustrating, especially like when you lose. But I think it just takes my mind off something completely and I just pay attention to that 100%. And so that helps me with like I don't have to think about like my deadlines and stuff.
Yes. And because with chess you really got to be like really focused and you got to think a lot. Like it's just you really have to be so concentrated. Because of this you're like if you concentrate on this, you can't really concentrate on other things, right? So you got to be in the zone.
Actually, like my mom, she tells me that she thinks chess really helped me with my focus. Like I can just sit there for like my longest game, I think it was about 5 to 6 hours just for a game. And you just like really in the zone. Of course, like you can go to the bathroom and walk around and stuff, but it definitely helps.
Wow. 5 to 6 hours, that's crazy. Oh my gosh.
It's like energy consuming too sometimes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just like kind of like I would say it's just exercise. You're kind of like exercising, but it's like for the brain. You know?
Exactly.
Whoa, that's awesome. So there's another stereotype that chess is associated with people that are very smart, but is that true or can anyone grasp it? Is it I heard that it's an easy game to learn, but it's a hard game to master. I think that anyone could do it then. Like you don't have to be like super smart then.
I think definitely like so. For example, like I learned at 3 years old. You wouldn't expect like a kid at 3 years old like to know anything, but I still started. So I think it was just like if you're passionate and you're curious enough about this game, like you can start, and then like it depends on your goals, I guess. Like you can play for fun, or if you really want to play in competitions, then you might need to put more effort into it.
Okay. So it really comes about with just patience. And are you willing to like study it? Because it's lots of studying, like you said. Yeah.
I think like that's with anything you do in life. So for example, with you, like the content creation, like that's your passion and you put like a lot of effort into it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just because it like at the start it may seem like this, this smart game for smart people, it's just like anything else. It's just like any other skill that takes consistent practice to
Exactly. And I think like it will only take you maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes to know the rules, and then after you can just start playing.
Okay, so the basics, it's easy to like quickly grasp the basics, but then if you want to like you have to, because there's lots of stuff beyond the basics, right? Like there's basic moves you can do, but then there's like more like complex patterns, kind of?
Yeah, I think that will take. I think I definitely agree. Like it can be easy to start with chess, but it's a harder skill to master.
Yeah, because I mean, so when you're reading these, like, what are you reading about when you're reading these chess? Like, rules or what?
So it's like how you want to make plan. Like, so for example, you might want to attack your opponent, like, and then like, how do you form that plan? It's like help you to see the bigger picture, or like, it's like more analytical, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to go into it. So every game you go into, you have to kind of go into a plan. And even though you don't know what the other opponent is going to be doing, you can make like these assumptions of what you can like predict what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like chess has also made me a little bit of a planner.
That's so good. That's so important. That's such an important skill for university students.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
So it like really. So you would say you're someone who like really likes to stay on schedule. Like you like to have a plan like for every single day. Yeah.
I try to. I try to. Sometimes it's hard to stick to it, but
yeah. But I feel like just with chess, like you have a plan, and sometimes it can go another direction.
Yeah, exactly. It can like change. Like sometimes things happen, but you gotta pivot. Or
yes, you gotta learn how to pivot because there's so many things that are out of your control, and no matter how much you plan, it may, like, even with life, you could be planning like what you're gonna be doing next year or next like couple years, but that could be completely different.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so chess really helps you like know that no matter how much you're planning, sometimes you just can't control everything. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what like life will happen or your opponent is thinking.
Right, yeah. So this is, wow. Chess is like, it just making me so like, chess is like, you're like making me want to like start chess.
Yay!
We'll see what I do it. So I guess we've like, I was gonna ask you like what are some like practical lessons, but throughout this whole like podcast episode, you've like giving us so many of these lessons you learned and everything. So I feel like, and all of these lessons you can apply to everything, like a planner. I mean, being like resilient and never giving up, and
I feel like some people say life is like a game of chess.
Oh, I've heard that saying.
Yeah, so I felt definitely like chess and life can be very similar, and there is actually one of my favorite books is by a chess world champion, and it's called How Life Imitates Chess.
How Life Imitates Chess.
And it's actually not that much about chess theories. It's like, I feel anyone can read it and could be interested in it.
Well, I think that's the good book I might start next. Out of all the other books I wanted to start, I've been wanting to start so many books, and like so yeah, a good book on the recommendation. Yeah, because I heard that like chess is a lifestyle. Would you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so for those, actually, because we're almost like wrapping up, but before I ask you those last two questions, what would you say beyond like, not thinking about this competition aspect of chess, what's your favorite part of chess?
I think like chess. Oh, that's a very tough question.
Like when you're playing chess, like what's your favorite part about it?
Oh, like when I'm playing in a game?
Yeah, you could say, yeah.
Okay. I feel it's definitely like, I just really enjoy that I'm in the zone.
Okay.
Like, I'm just super focused on one thing, and I feel like I can try to think clearly, and I feel like really in control, like what I can do and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so your favorite part is just that it's really able to like help you kind of almost escape from the world. Would you say that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And I feel like chess just overall has given me so many opportunities that I would never expected.
Yeah, that's so true. Do you feel like you'd be in a completely different person if you weren't, would you say, for chess? Yeah.
I think so. And also, especially like when my parents and I moved to Canada, I felt chess has also helped me to because I feel chess is like a universal language where like it's the same rule everywhere in the world, and then you can just play anyone a game of chess. Like you don't like I feel it helped me to integrate.
That is so true. I didn't even realize how with chess it's like there's other. I can't give an example right now, but there are other like activities that like they have like different rules in a different country, and even with languages too. But like, yeah, chess really is a universal language. So maybe even I think you mentioned this is you're able to connect with no matter the the background or the culture of the person. You're able to connect with them through chess, this one universal language.
Yep.
Wow, so that's what like bonds you kind of.
Exactly. I feel like that's really fascinating.
Yeah. That's so awesome. Wow. Okay, so for those who are not familiar with chess, like me, what simple advice would you have to give to someone who's interested in exploring the game for the first time?
I think I would recommend you to check out some resources that are available online, whether it's like chess.com, which is a website. Like there are free chess lessons for beginners, and you can just start playing and like find some friends who like encourage your other friends to start at the same time as you, so like you don't feel really intimidated by if you're playing with a higher level chess player.
Ooh, okay. So then for you it would be just like, because I feel like some people they when it comes to something new they put so much focus on like preparing, reading theory, but for chess do you say just start playing? Is that
I think you just start playing, and like eventually if you are really interested and like find other friends to play with, I think that will motivate you to actually start learning.
Ooh, so it's kind of we're like reversing it. So you start playing, and then during that you'll kind of figure out if you want to learn it more in depth. Ooh, so I like how it's like you go hands-on right away.
Yeah.
Because theory, it's like I feel like could theory maybe scare some people away if they start reading those books or right away they're like, what is this?
Honestly, I think theory scares me away too. It's probably like the less fun part of playing chess for me.
So maybe the less you know, the better at the beginning. The less you know, the better at the beginning, and then if you like the basics of chess, then you can go into it more.
And also, like, once you start playing, you can start to analyze your games. Like, where are your mistakes, and how can you improve from that the next time?
Ooh, okay. And I also, so there's you can practice with like an actual like physical chessboard, or you can do it online, right? So
Exactly.
What do you prefer for like practicing?
I feel like me, because I growing up playing on the physical boards, I prefer it. But I feel like with online, you can just face a diverse group of people, and like I feel actually like playing online teaches me the flags of every country, because you can play with like anyone who are online at the same time, and you can like, who knows, maybe it's like they're in Greece or they're in India or like any countries. That's pretty amazing.
So would you say like throughout this chess journey, have you had the chance to like make like friendships with like people from like around the world? Then?
Definitely, like some of my favorite memories is like when I was able to travel to like international tournaments, and then like I make friendships from different part of the world.
So I forgot to ask you this question, but what does a typical day of preparation look like for a chess player? How do you mentally prepare to compete?
Okay, so for example, if I'm participating in a tournament, then so before the tournament, usually you try to work on your own skills, like you prepare like what kind of stuff that you want to play. So for example, in chess, there are different openings, which is kind of like, how do I say this? So for example, there are different types of plays that you can play. No, I'm not describing this properly.
Oh, wait, by openings, Wait, because I know there's like something called like end game.
End game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
There's middle opening.
Yeah, opening, so it's the beginning.
Okay.
And then like you just have so many choices to choose from.
Okay.
So you get to choose like, oh, what do I want to play? And then what my opponent play.
Mm-hmm.
So like you kind of prepare your own system.
Okay.
Like it's kind of like you're preparing your reservoir. Like
your toolbox maybe or toolkit?
Exactly, you're preparing your toolkit.
Okay.
And then like when you're going to the actual tournament, like they will show who are you playing against, and then you can look up online sometimes if they're available. Like, oh, you see, oh, what does my opponent usually play? So, and you can prepare against them. And then also you can analyze like what are their style, what kind of mistakes they make, and then like you will try. Okay, like the.
Okay, wait. So because you're not able to research your opponent ahead of time. Is it on the day?
Yeah, so it's limited time. Oh. So it's kind of intense sometimes.
It is. Wow. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay, that makes sense because you get a random opponent on the day of the competition.
Yeah, usually.
Okay. Okay. So you then would you say do you have like this like one strategy that you usually always use, or do you usually have to like mix up your strategies and like change them up depending?
Yeah, sometimes I think like you try to change it up. So because you are preparing against your opponent, but your opponent can also search about you. So like you can have some secret weapon, like, you know, when they're not expecting it, and then you surprise them.
Yes, you bring it out.
Exactly.
Wow. And then so how long does it usually take you to prepare then? Once you find out, oh, you have a competition, like do you like how many days, weeks?
I think like so before the competition, when you're not participating in competitions, like you just practice on your own, or you can practice with your friends and like really building your toolkit. But in the actual competition, usually I would say you might get 1 hour to 3 hours in terms of preparation. If like the tournament is a whole weekend, then sometimes, for example, you have a game the next morning, then you will get more time to prepare like the night.
Okay. So adding with that, if you have like 1 hour to prepare, then would you say you become really good at tests at university, taking tests? Yeah?
I feel like you try to optimize your time with it.
Yeah, girl. Literally, chess is really a game. Chess is the game of life.
Yeah.
No, yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wait. Life can be a game of chess?
Okay, yeah. Literally, because you're applying so many skills to everyday life. Wow.
And I feel like when I was younger, I never linked them too much into it. It was like more once I become older and older, like I become, wait, chess taught me so many skills.
Oh. Yeah, so this is like, you guys, like chess is just, I hope some of you after this podcast episode, it convinces you just at least try.
This is a sign.
This is a sign, yeah. Okay, so I didn't mention this at the start, but Yilin and I are both in Build Space Nights and Weekends, Season 4, and you're actually building something related to chess. Can you tell everyone what this current project is?
Okay, so actually I'm building a chess school where I will be teaching chess, and so it can be more affordable and high quality classes. Of course, I want to make it affordable, so the first class will be free, so you can try it out and see if this is something that you're interested in, and also my teaching style. And also because I want to encourage more women to play chess, 50% of the profits will be go towards so for example, a woman wants to play in a chess tournament, they can apply for a scholarship to get funded.
That's so sweet. Oh, I love that. I love what you're doing with this. So you're building this this space then, and wait, is this gonna be an app?
It's gonna be I think more on website or page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we did talk before this, and you said so you're going to be going into, in the fall term, you're going to be really dedicating so much of your time to this project, yeah?
Exactly. And also like posting on YouTube, like creating chess content. Yeah. So hopefully inspire more people to play chess.
Yes. So super excited. You have so many like paths you can go with this chess. And where do you see yourself with this, like in the future and like in a few years? Like, yeah, where do you see this going?
Ideally, like I would really want my career to be like a combination of my passion. So I definitely really want to keep going with this and hopefully play in more tournaments and become better at chess too.
Becoming Grandmaster?
Hopefully. Let's go.
Let's go, right? And this would be so good because not only with that, like you're going to continue playing chess and you're also going to be building all these things on the side. That's just wow. Like you're making your own, like kind of like you're building this your own like business and your brand and your passion out of this. And yeah.
I'm really excited about this fall.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like she's been talking. You told me like that you're gonna be you're gonna be in Montreal, yeah?
Yes.
There
and like just playing chess and making chess content and teaching chess.
That's awesome. You guys definitely check out her. I'm gonna link everything in the description. But yeah, check out her YouTube. She's posted videos, and you're gonna be so like a lot more consistent once the fall comes.
Yeah, it's tough to balance school with.
Guys, it really is. So you're gonna do so well, and then you're also posting like short form content, and then yeah, it's gonna be. And like you said, like. I mean, you did mention that after chess is becoming a lot more popular now. Yeah,
it's exactly growing. Like especially with Twitch and like Queen's Gambit, it brought so many attention to chess, and after like people can take a career as a chess streamer or chess content creator. And that's really amazing to see because I feel when I was younger, the only career path if you play chess is like to become a professional chess player. And that can be a really hard road to do.
Because not everyone can go with that. And so if you still really love chess and you want to continue doing it, there's so many ways now. You can.
Yeah. Exactly, and especially for if your career is like a professional chess player, it can be hard to make some money.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, or like you can coach because in tournaments they're usually not that much prize for you to.
Okay. So usually with these competitions, then you also have to do something on the side, anyways.
Yeah, like to coach chess.
Okay.
But now there's like social media. And you can do it like a lot of stuff with it.
Honestly, like content creation, it's like you can take anything you do and you can create content and actually make a living out of it. Like it could be anything. Like you literally. Like,
that's so amazing.
This is so amazing where this is heading, and it's so awesome. And like side note, Farza, you teaching Farza to play chess?
Farza, if you're watching this,
you better get her to the finals. She is the person you want to learn from, okay?
Hopefully,
fingers crossed. You're gonna start by teaching me, and then
yes.
This is so awesome. Well, honestly, I feel like this is so much fun, and thank you so much, Yilin, for doing this. I learned so much.
Thank you. Wait, actually, Farza inspired my project, like the Zip School, and I just was like, this looks fun.
Yeah, because with Zip School, he was like teaching people to code.
Yeah.
And for this, you're teaching people.
Like, I can teach people to play chess.
Oh my gosh, Farza, see, you're an inspiration to everyone. Exactly. So, like, this is awesome. This is so great.
Thank you so much for having me and like listen to me.
Yes, we definitely stirred passion and sipped innovation today.
Yes.
And thank you so hopefully, I don't know, it's a cheesy slogan ending, but yeah, now Yilin, you're gonna teach me chess. So you guys stay tuned on our Instagrams. We're gonna do a chess video. I'm gonna It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be awkward, but
It's gonna be the best. Like, it's gonna be great.
hopefully. Well, thank you so much for listening to the podcast, this episode. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully you got inspired, and until next time,
And keep following Julia and her podcast.
follow her, you guys, if you're passionate and interested and want to start chess. Okay, see ya. Bye.